Throughout my entire life, I've spent all of it in the classroom, either as a student or as a teacher or as a principal or as a father for that matter. And really about the last 15 years, things shifted. As a teacher, when you walk into a classroom for the first time, you kind of look around and you think, well, where will I put, my bulletin board, and where will I put the picture of my family, and how should I put my desk? And you think about that. Not anymore. For the last 15 to 20 years, really every teacher, ask any teacher, everybody knows a teacher, ask them, what's the very first thing you think about when you walk into a classroom for the first time? Like you just got a job at a new school, or they moved you to a new classroom, whatever the case, when you walk into that new classroom, what's the very first thing you think about? And all of them, not some of them, all of them are going to share that the first thing they think about is, what can I use as a weapon? How can I barricade the door? How can I protect the kids in this room? How can we get out of this room if we can't get out the door? That sort of thing. And as we see what took place in Georgia, I'm a pro-Second Amendment person, but I have a very strong opinion on this. And my opinion revolves around an idea that I believe could make all of this stop overnight. You have the problem today, you wake up tomorrow, there is no more problem. There isn't any. I believe the solution is the White House call up the National Guard and have 2 armed soldiers and a Humvee in front of every single school in America. The reason schools are picked is because they're soft targets. That prevents them from being soft targets. That's what they do at the schools in Israel. And how many school shootings you hear about in Israel? Zero. But they've been doing that for like 30 years. This is what we have to do, and why we're not doing it, I don't know. That is what the National Guard is for. The National Guard is to guard the nation. Well, what would most Americans argue is the biggest threat to the citizens of the U.S.? Most would argue shootings, school shootings specifically. This just stops it. I mean, if somebody's going to sit there and think to their psychotic, cowardly self, what should I go shoot up today? And they pull up and they see a Humvee and they know that there's 2 armed military soldiers in there, they're going to pick a different target. And that therefore ends all of it. It all just ends right there. But I don't hear anybody talking about that. I think we just really have to be realistic about what this is and change the way we think about what we are doing, nationally guarding our children.